everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Roxanne Klepper, and this is Brick by Brick. Stress. We all have it. Stress can wreak havoc on the body, the mind, your relationships. If any of you tuned into my last episode where I was talking about my health journey, one of the questions that came up a lot in my meetings with the doctors was, what's your stress level? And when I would say high, they would say, what do you do to manage it? And I would go blank, just crickets. Because I don't know how to manage stress. You know, was it taught somewhere? Did I miss this very important day in school? But I don't know how. And for some people, it's self-care, which is great and means lots of different things. But for me, that's just fuel on the fire because now it's more things that I have to do that I don't have time for. So as we go into the often very stressful Christmas season, I thought now would be a great time to talk about it. So today we have a very special guest on the show. She is a very dear friend of mine, but she is also a certified mindfulness-based stress reduction facilitator. So let's welcome Tammy Prince to the show.
Thank you.
We're so happy you're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I really
thanks for being here.
it.
We're looking forward to it. I think it's a conversation that lots of people think about in their minds and maybe talk about, but no one actually knows what to do about it.
Yeah,
so
and it's timely. It's timely.
100%.
Yeah.
So today I thought, maybe just explain it to us. I know mindfulness-based structured stress reduction is a mouthful.
It is.
So maybe just start us off there. What is it?
Okay, so mindfulness meditation is a practice where we are purposely bringing our focus into our thoughts, our emotions, our body sensations. How are we feeling? How are we breathing? And where is that breath in our body? Okay. It's a very focused practice. Okay. We bring a lot of compassion to it, and the tricky part is without judgment.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And so you took this course.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what drew you to the course in the first place.
Okay.
You know, like give us the backstory about what led you there.
So the backstory is about 55 years old. I have suffered with anxiety and had rumination as part of my life forever. It's like we're best friends. We walk arm in arm together. And the issue is that it was impacting my life. I could suck the fun out of anything. You know, I didn't like surprises, even if they were happy ones. I would relive conversations over and over and over. When I was looking forward to something, even then, I would predict all the things that would go wrong. So I knew I needed to do something about this, and mindfulness just really resonated with me. And so that's when I decided to become a facilitator.
Very cool. And I'm sure that is something that lots of people can resonate with.
Yeah.
And so then tell us how that program, tell us what the effects were. Tell us how your life changed after doing it and using it in your life.
So I think the big impact that it had, I remember the first time I was walking down the street after a meeting. And of course, I was reliving the meeting on what I should have said and what I should have done. And the whole time, you know, I'm having one thought after another. And then it stops and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm making this shit up. I don't have to do this. I don't have to live this way. And that's when I knew that this was the program for me and that this worked.
Okay.
That this worked.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's how you kind of implemented it into your daily life.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you offer courses on this.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, and people can sign up for the course on your amazing website.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. So at mindfulnessreddeer.ca, I'm starting a sampler class on November 27th. Okay. It's 1 hour for 4 weeks.
Okay.
We're going to go over the basics. So we're just going to kind of dabble in it just to give people a taste. Yeah. So we're going to do an overview. We're going to look at mindful eating, you know, because eating can be one of those triggers for us. We're often eating without realizing it.
Sure.
We're going to do mindful movement, which is very, very gentle. Anyone can do mindful movement. You can do it standing, you can do it from a chair.
Okay.
So please don't be intimidated from the sounds of that. And then we're going to pull it all together. Like, how can we bring this forward to the holiday season?
Okay.
Right?
Which is great.
Yeah. So November 27th is when we start.
Perfect. It's mindfulnessreddeer.ca.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now, why don't you give us a little taste of a quick exercise a person can do at home or in the moment when they're very stressed out to help them either, you know, like you said, realize that this is not the real situation or to help them change their thoughts about it.
Right. So I would say a really good example is if you're somebody who ruminates. Let's use that one because that's kind of an easy one. So you're reliving a situation that's happened over and over and over. Well, the first step is you got to realize that you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
So that's your very first step. You've got to bring yourself back to reality, basically. Okay? So then, let's say you're standing in your bathroom, right? So what I would do is you hold onto the counter, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, literally say to yourself, okay, this needs to stop. I'm making this up.
Okay.
You bring yourself into the moment. You're going to bring all of your awareness to your hands touching the counter and feeling them. You're going to feel the temperature. You're going to feel the texture of the countertop. You're going to notice your breathing. What is the shape of your breath? Is it at the top of your lungs? Is it going all the way down? Perhaps following your breath in and out, and doing everything just very slowly. One trick that I found really helpful for me is, rumination or anxiety would make me move really quickly around my house. Slow it down. Okay. Slow everything down so that you're just in slow motion. It'll help slow your thoughts. It'll bring you back, because if you move really slowly and you're not paying attention, you're going to fall the hell over.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So just little things like that will help kind of bring you back into this moment. And that's the whole idea. We want to live in this moment.
Okay. And that sounds fabulous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right before we started recording, Tammy and I were talking about a book that Tammy is reading and I am going to start reading, and it's called When the Body Says No.
Oh, yes.
When the Body Says No.
Yes.
The hidden something about stress.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to read that. And I thought it was timely with the podcast, because I really do believe that stress is it's like a secret killer. Yeah. It takes over our emotions and our lives and affects our whole daily life. So
absolutely,
I think these courses are super important. Tammy and I did some of them one-on-one together, and they were fabulous. So I'm going to put all of the information for her website at the notes at the bottom of the podcast. So please feel free to check that out. She's got a video on there. I think the classes are super important for people.
Yes.
And she's a wonderful facilitator. So you know that it came from a place of passion and compassion.
And been there.
And because she's been there. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I think everyone's going to really enjoy this.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks.